Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? We are here. I am Marley, and I am here with Mez.
Yes, hello.
Yes, yes, yes. And we are here with the Anything Show,
Hmm.
where we talk about anything. And we are sitting here. I got my coffee, and it's kind of cloudy outside. Looks like it's gonna rain. I think it was supposed to rain last night, but it didn't. But I
Yep.
think I think we're supposed to have a shower or two today.
Hopefully, we kind of need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, y'all, if I keep clearing my throat. I had a coughing fit just before I came on. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
but
Perfect. Perfect timing.
right, perfect timing, right? I was talking all this time,
Hmm.
and now I want to start choking.
Yeah.
So, what we want to talk about today is something that's everybody should know this, and this is something that goes along with our lives as adults every single day of our lives, and it's about keeping a schedule.
Hmm.
Keeping a schedule and the importance of it and how it could benefit us throughout our teenage years also,
Yeah.
because it teaches you how to go into adulthood with keeping a schedule.
Hmm.
So keeping a schedule is very important because it teaches you to have some kind of structure during the day,
Yeah.
some kind of structure that can keep you to where you're not just being disorganized and just all over the place, some kind of schedule during the week, preferably a calendar kind of schedule, and more
Yeah.
relaxed during the weekend.
Block your time. You have to
Hmm.
block it. Um, and don't do anything. Don't do any kind of work outside of your schedule. Just keep I don't know, like a notepad. If you ever have any ideas and you want to execute them, do them during your work hours, so you know that that's your set time for work. Um, And yeah, keeping a schedule, it honestly just helps you be more productive in
Hmm.
general because when you know you're on that clock, you get faster at the work that you do. So, the goal is to pretty much be done before your hours are up every day cuz you don't want
Right.
to take any work into the next day if you can help it. Um or just do as much as you can. And I know I talked about psychology and stuff and all these apps that you can use to be more independent
Hmm.
outside of work, but you really just have to, if there's one thing you really need to do, is just get serious about what you really want and do it um, at certain times of day. So that's what I have to say about it.
Right. That's very important. Even as teenagers, there's a certain schedule that you keep
Yeah.
because you get up in the morning, you go to school during the week, just like at school.
Hmm.
You get up in the morning, you go to school, you have first period, second period, third period, lunch,
Yeah.
recess for the younger kids. Actually, even before being a teenager, you really have a schedule even as a baby because you get up in the morning, you go to daycare, they
Yeah,
have the little,
exactly.
So, but keeping a schedule is very important because it does give you some kind of structure.
Hmm.
You got to have structure. You can't just haphazardly go throughout your day because honestly, and this has happened to me, whenever I have one of those days where it's just haphazard and I don't have anything organized, I don't get much done.
You never get much done.
Oh my goodness, I don't get much done. And then by the time I know it, I'm in the kitchen cooking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, everything that I said I was going to do today, I didn't do
Yep.
because I didn't have a time that I was going to get on this and a time I was supposed to be done.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know of course there's going to be a monkey wrench thrown in the plan sometimes because things happen.
It happens. Yeah.
um but yeah, if I don't have some kind of order, man, I don't get much done at all. I find
Mm.
myself almost having like ADHD. I'm over here doing this and I'm over here doing this,
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm
the worst thing that
oh
you
my
can do.
god, and then I'm like the jack of all trades but the master of none.
Yeah.
I've done all of this but I've accomplished nothing. I haven't completed anything.
I did that for years and luckily I stayed inside the bubble of productive stuff like graphic design
Hmm.
and visual art. But there's some people out there who just they're all over every single subject there is.
My,
Like,
jack of all trades,
yeah,
master of none.
literally all trades.
Yeah,
I don't mean trades in like one industry. I mean all trades.
all over
Like
the
you got
place.
people, yeah. You over
Graphic
here
design,
you over here
healthcare.
welding. You're welding one day and you're sewing the next day,
Right.
and that doesn't even go together. But you're just doing
Yeah.
it because you feel like it.
And a chef on this day.
Yeah,
It's stuff
exactly.
that is not related. They're not related at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Being a chef is okay because you need to eat to live, but don't do too much. Just get your basic skills down. And, if you're craving a steak, learn how to season the steak and cook it
Right.
just enough to where you can eat it and go back to what you were doing.
Yeah. But we don't
So,
need creme
yeah,
fraiche.
we don't need creme fraiche and all these garnishes and
Foam.
sauces. Yeah, we don't need all
Right.
that. Just do what you need to do and then get back to what you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
because you'll make a lot of progress that way.
Right. Don't do too much.
Yeah, don't do too much.
Yeah.
Don't do too much.
Yeah.
There's
Sometimes you gotta ease into it. You don't want to
Mhm.
do too much. You start doing too much and then you get bored.
Yeah, exactly. You
Honestly.
get bored.
Yeah.
Um,
You get bored and then you get off of your schedule because now here you are jumping to the next thing. That's
yeah,
how people end up jumping to the next thing.
jumping to the next thing.
Right.
I've already seen the effects. I started putting myself on a schedule like 3 weeks ago, and it's
Mm-hmm.
been great because I've been able to do everything that I wanted to do, and it's yielding results
Mm-hmm.
already. So,
Mm.
um, you see results pretty quickly
Mm-hmm.
when you just, because if you're doing anything that's self-managed, there's going to be so many aspects that you don't have time to be bored,
Right.
because you can always learn something else,
Mm-hmm.
and you might as well learn it when your hours are lining up with the things that you're doing.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. That's really, really good advice. That and this is coming from Mez, and he's, you don't mind telling your age? Have
I'm
you
21.
21?
Yeah.
You got to have a schedule and see he's yielded benefits already. So that just goes to show the importance of keeping a schedule.
Yeah.
That goes for everybody, young people, children, older people. Of course, we need a schedule. Of
Yeah.
course, once you have children, also, when you get older, you have to have a
You have
schedule.
no choice but to have a schedule.
You
So,
have no choice but to have a schedule.
yeah.
Um,
And I feel like, I don't want to say that that's a life ending thing, but you have to know that that's what you're ready for.
right. Yeah, yeah.
You
When you
can't
have a
just,
family,
yeah.
oh yeah. Because I could just remember those days, when you and your brother were little.
Yeah. How many things did you have to
Oh
sacrifice?
my goodness.
Too many to count,
Right.
probably.
I had to be up in the morning at a certain
Hmm.
time, get myself all dressed, get you and your brother up,
Yeah.
get you guys dressed, breakfast, get you to school. Then after that, everything was blocks of time. Fight traffic, get to work on time, and then I had I don't know if that's a sub schedule.
You can have
You have
schedules
your
inside of
life
schedules.
schedule, and then you have
Yeah.
your other schedule at work.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything I'm doing all of this, assignments that need to be done, lunch, and then jump back into traffic, go pick them up from school or
Hmm.
daycare, come home, help with homework, you know.
Yeah. But how good
You
was the rest at the end of the day? Because you did everything that you wanted to do and that you needed to do.
you said the rest?
Yeah. The rest is always good.
You mean the sleep?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get much sleep.
No, I'm saying like being done at the end of the day
It
and
was
like
not it was nice to be done, but even as a
looking back and seeing that you did all the things, that you didn't miss anything,
um
like you didn't mess up.
I don't know if any other parent out there can relate, but we really didn't. Once it was done, it was done. We were thinking about the next day already.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of hard as a I would say as a busy mother, because as moms we do tend to do a little bit more. We're kind of the glue that binds, so we always have to have a schedule. But
Mm.
once the day went by, we really didn't. And I don't know if any other moms out there can relate. And if you can, just please put it in the comments below. But me, myself, I really didn't reflect on the day too much, except if something happened that I was concerned about, whether it was at school or daycare.
Yeah.
But once the day has gone, we're already thinking about the next day. And sometimes it was hard to sleep because our body may have been tired, but our minds are going to what we have to do the next day,
Yeah.
you
Maybe
know?
that's a mother thing because Dad said that he looks at it that way. Like,
Mhm.
he'll look back on his day and see that he did the things that he wanted to do and
Mhm.
that it was a good day. So
Mhm.
maybe that's just a mother versus father
I think it
mindset.
is. I don't want to rant on that. I'm not going to rant on it too much, but I
Yeah.
think that that does normally happen when it comes to schedule of fathers compared to mothers. Fathers pretty much take care of what they have to do for themselves, if that makes sense. Mothers, we tend to we're taking care of the family,
Hmm.
you know. I get up with your dad in the morning. He gets ready to go to work, fix his lunch and everything. And then I catch some sleep. And when I get up, it's like, let me make sure your brother's doing what he has to do. And then I got to get dinner together. So my schedule, mother's schedules usually involve everyone,
Hmm.
whereas father's schedules usually involve themselves.
Yeah.
But that's a normal thing. It happens in the animal world too. We see the mother with all the cubs climbing all over her because she's tending to everybody, and the father is just over there under a tree sleeping.
Yeah. That's just nature.
That's just nature. That's just the
So
way it goes. And that's
no,
not to
no
say
one's
that dad doesn't
lazier
help with
than,
anything because he does. There's
yeah.
times he cooks dinner, he cleans. So dad helps with a lot. But the
Mm.
schedule, and we're staying on topic as far as schedules. Yeah, the schedules of mothers and fathers are a little different.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you want to keep yourself on one if you can. Like, if
Yeah.
you're listening to this right now and not doing anything, do something while you listen to it, at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah, clean
Unless this
up.
is your downtime,
Right.
where I would say just don't do anything. Because
Right.
if you force
Mm-hmm.
yourself to rest, you're going to be more productive the next day.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've experienced so
Right.
far.
Do anything.
Yeah, do
If you
anything.
got some dishes in there that need to be washed, put your Bluetooth in your ear
Hmm.
and listen to us talk about, schedule and just go ahead and bust those dishes out.
Yeah, you might as
You got
well.
a garden, go out there and plant your garden and stuff while you listen to us talk.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
it's guaranteed. I mean, this is the only advice I could say that's guaranteed to give you results
Right.
is if you stay on a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, you're getting the things done. So,
Exactly.
what can you really complain about?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you might not want to do it at first, but once you start seeing what comes of it, you're not going to want to stop
Oh
doing
yeah.
it.
When you yield those results. But it's kind of nice, especially in the morning.
Hmm.
And I it's probably because of my sleep schedule. But I love the mornings. I think early in the morning, I'm talking like 6 in the morning,
Yeah.
just before the sun comes up,
Yeah.
is a beautiful time of the day
Hmm.
because you already have your day planned. And that's part of the schedule. You go make your coffee.
Yeah.
That I love that part of the day. I love that part of the scheduling because as soon as you take that first sip of coffee, it's time
Yeah,
to
it's
get on
already, yeah,
whatever.
it's time.
Yeah, it's time.
Hmm.
It's time to get on your thing.
Yeah, I've been drinking 2 cups a day,
What?
and I drink the first cup, and I'm going good, and then I finish, and then I do it again. And when I take the first sip of the second cup of coffee, it's like starting over again. It's like it's time.
You got your second win.
Yeah, I got my second win,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, it's nice.
It is nice,
Hmm.
especially when you see results, man.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing I think goes good for entrepreneurs.
Oh yeah,
No,
entrepreneurs.
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with working in the corporate world. I'm not saying that at all.
There's nothing wrong with it.
But we all know,
Everyone wants to be an
oh
entrepreneur.
man, for real. I mean, imagine getting your laptop. And I guess I'm saying this because I think in the past I've talked about how this world, or at least this country, people are going more towards entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
especially in our community. Honestly, I'm just going to say in the Black community, a lot of us want to go towards being entrepreneurs. And we see it on social media, your
Yeah.
TikToks and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Those people on TikTok, they are on a schedule.
They are.
They know when they want to get the next video out. They know when they're doing their lives. I see these people every night. They're on live, showing off their clothes,
Yep.
selling candies,
Hmm.
selling jewelry, selling all the bags and shoes and everything. These people are on a schedule. And guess what? Some of the most successful ones have a schedule. They're not
Yep.
just there haphazardly. They're going to just show up on this day and they're supposed to be there Thursday, but they show up on Saturday. No, they have a schedule and a set time.
Yeah.
And these people are doing good for themselves. And I think people, when they're entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, and I keep saying that word all kind of ways. What is it? Entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Okay. These people, the successful ones, they don't mind getting up early.
They don't mind.
If I have a business, my own business, and I'm bringing in 6 figures a year, I'm going to be up on time.
Yeah, of course. But
Like,
a lot of people who are starting out, they get deceived into thinking that being an entrepreneur means you can just wake up whenever, do
oh
5 minutes of
no,
work, and then just do whatever you want for the rest of the day.
no, no. You might end up putting a little bit more time in it than if you were working on a corporate job.
You probably will.
You have to put some overtime in. But the good thing is you are in total control.
Yeah, and you're building something for yourself.
Right. You don't have to ask yourself, you don't have to go to your boss saying, hey, can I get some time off? And your boss says no.
Mm-hmm.
You can take time off whenever you want to.
You can, but you also have to assess the risks and
True. But you know how to
realize,
schedule around it.
yeah,
Here we go with
realize
the
what
scheduling
you're
again. Hmm.
realize what you're not doing when you're taking time off.
Right.
So if you could be taking that, you can take time off to refine your skills.
Hmm.
It doesn't have to be just not doing anything at all.
Right.
Because if you really enjoy it, you're going to want to refine your skills either way.
That's true. That's true. Let's say you're a content creator
Yeah.
on YouTube, and there's a lot of good, successful content creators out there. You can have videos done ahead of time. Don't they have it? I don't know.
They
I'm
do.
not all tech savvy, but
You
don't
can
they have
schedule.
you can schedule it where it would upload?
Yeah.
So while you're on vacation,
Yeah, schedule some videos.
schedule some videos. Do 5 videos and say, I'm going on vacation this week, but I need a video to upload
Yeah.
every day of the week, but
And
I'm on vacation.
you might have to do it 6 weeks in advance. Because
Right.
editing a video isn't an easy job.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're just cutting clips together, in which I would say just throw together your videos and schedule them as well.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But you have to know when you want to take time off. And when you're taking time off, you still have to make it productive.
True. True. Because you
So,
want to keep your audience.
yeah, you want to keep your audience.
I'm just talking about in the realm of content creation,
Yeah.
You want to keep your audience. But I mean, even then, when you have your own business and you're successful, man, I can see people saying, I don't mind getting up early.
Yeah.
This is mine and I created it, and I'm the only one that can keep it running. Besides your
Exactly.
customers, because your customers, you're the only one that can keep it running because you have to make sure that your customers are satisfied.
Yeah.
Because the customers are honestly the grassroots that keep
Yeah, they
these
are.
businesses going. So I owe it to my customers or my viewers or subscribers to make sure that I put forth something that is of interest to them. That's
Yeah.
part of the schedule. You have to have that kind of discipline
Yeah.
to stay on a schedule to be able to give good, productive, you know,
Yeah.
content or products,
You have to
services.
refine every aspect of what you're giving someone,
Right.
or else it's not going to come across the right way.
Exactly. Exactly. And give it time.
Yeah, give it time.
Give it time. I mean, we are a brand spanking new channel, but we want to stay on some kind of schedule. So
Yeah.
I know we've been kind of uploading here and there. We're still trying to get a feel for it,
Mhm.
but here we will have a set schedule where you guys will know what days we'll have, new episodes on.
Yeah.
But we're also in the learning process. We've never done anything like this before. This
Mhm.
is new to us, but it's honestly fun.
It is pretty
Because
fun.
these are things that we talk about all the time,
Yeah.
you know. So we just want to share it, and maybe somebody else will hear a word and gain some knowledge from it or some good advice that can benefit them.
Yeah.
It's ultimately what it's all about.
Yeah. And if you're hearing this and you get like a burst of inspiration, try not to stay inspired because inspiration is kind of fleeting. You
Yeah.
have to just get serious about it.
Right.
If you get inspired, you could just throw it away the next day and
Hmm.
then you're not doing anything.
Oh, you mean just thinking about it, but not actually putting it into
Yeah,
action.
exactly.
Right. Yeah, there's a difference between being inspired, but using that inspiration and putting it in action
Yeah.
and making it happen.
Hmm.
So, another part is also having a good workspace.
Yeah, have
We
a
were
good
just talking to
workspace.
my other son about this. Having a workspace inside your home, if you work in a corporate world, that's fine. If you go into the office, that's fine. Just like you have a workspace at your office, it's good to have a workspace in your home also.
Yeah.
If you're able to have an office, even if you don't have an office, they have those fold down desks that you can put like in the corner. Yeah, like a little bookshelf desk that you can fold down. And if you have an apartment that's small or even a studio, just have a little corner and you can cut it off with maybe a little divider or something. Hey y'all, I'm not sure what happened. It kind of cut off. I think we were talking about setting up a little thing in the studio.
Yeah, setting up your
But here,
office.
here, here, it cut off, y'all. It cut off. I rebuke you,
Mm.
Satan. I rebuke you. Get thee behind me. You see how he came in here and just tried to mess it up?
Just
We're
stop
trying
the
to give
recording.
words of advice, of edification. It just stops.
Yeah.
Get thee behind me. Anyway,
Anyway.
we were talking about having a separate workspace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Setting up your. It's funny because I think we were kind of getting a little off topic anyway.
And then it just,
So
man. But yeah, have a separate workspace. If you have enough space for an office, if you have a spare bedroom,
mhm.
use a separate office. If you don't have anything to do with that room, set up a separate office so
Yeah.
you can separate your business stuff and your scheduling from your personal and your relaxation time.
Yeah. And also, I would say don't stop doing work on gaming computers and do it on laptops.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think, honestly, I think personally, that's why a lot of entrepreneurs use MacBooks
Mm-hmm.
because people don't play games on MacBooks.
True.
Use MacBooks for work.
True.
So,
I was wondering why every time I saw like for instance, while we're sitting here talking, I like to listen to bossa nova. I love
mhm.
bossa nova. And every time they would show the little I don't know what is that computer generated workspace,
Yeah.
it's always a laptop
Hmm.
with a cup of coffee. Or if you see the young girls working, they're always on a laptop. That does make sense.
Yeah.
Keep the work to a laptop.
Yeah. Keep it to a laptop.
School and work to a laptop
Yep.
because nobody wants to be on a laptop all day. It's not
Exactly.
like you're rushing to get it done, but
Mhm.
it just seems more,
It's utilitarian.
yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly. The big
unless
computers with the monitors, to me, that's just kind of
I would say,
you're gonna veer off of work.
yeah, do that unless you're doing heavy graphics focused work,
Hmm.
which I would say you just need to get more disciplined and not launch games on your computer
Right,
while you're doing your work.
right. And even
'Cause
then, with the graphics, you guys sometimes have multiple
multiple what?
screens, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Multiple
multiple
screens.
screens because it is very easy to veer off, and next thing you know, you're on Minecraft
Yeah, exactly. You're on
or
Minecraft.
whatever kind of
Or
game there is.
you're on Roblox.
Right, you're on Roblox instead of
Yeah,
doing your work. So, and that's like half an hour in, you've missed half an
exactly.
hour of work. So yeah, keep it to a laptop.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That does make sense. And my eyes are not the best. I'm getting older, but yeah, I've been using my laptop doing my own little business, and I kind of like it
Yeah,
on the laptop. It does feel more business like,
it does.
honestly.
Because everything's on there and you can take it wherever.
Right.
That's why you see so many people at Starbucks with their laptops.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, it's kind of hard to get distracted at a Starbucks
Right.
on a laptop.
That's true.
So,
And see, that's part of your vacation.
yeah, it
You do your
is.
5 videos. You got your
Mhm.
laptop with you wherever you are. If you're in France, you got your laptop making sure that your video launches
Yeah,
since you're on
exactly.
vacation.
Hmm.
So get your laptop, y'all, and prepare yourself for your vacations because you have stayed on schedule
Yep.
and your business is going good and you're reaping the rewards of staying on a schedule. Now on
Yeah.
the weekends,
On the weekends is different.
mm-hmm,
I would say just be more lenient on weekends and maybe take Sunday off.
mm-hmm,
But after that, it's back to work. And you
right.
might not, if you're just starting out on something, you might not be able to take time off for like a year, which is
True.
normal. That's
True.
pretty normal for a business.
Yeah. Like for a self business,
Yeah,
entrepreneurial. Yeah. Yeah.
entrepreneur.
Yeah. But time is going by so fast. Let that year go by and just stay disciplined
Yeah.
because you will definitely reap the rewards of it.
Mhm.
You will definitely reap the rewards.
Yeah, you will.
And don't get discouraged. Keep going. Don't get
Yeah.
discouraged. Stay on that schedule. Don't slack off. Don't you know, let those because everybody gets those words in their head. I don't know if this is gonna work. Just rebuke those words and just keep going, keep your schedule, and you will definitely see success.
Yeah, there were points where I
Mm-hmm.
had no idea what I was gonna do, like work wise, because I sometimes I do videos, and there were times where I had no idea what I was gonna do, but it helped a lot more when I would just sit down and refine what I was doing
Mm-hmm.
instead of worry about a finished product. If you're discouraged, it's just time to refine, pretty
Right.
much, because you
Mm-hmm.
can always get better at
Right.
something or at the technique that you're using
Mm-hmm.
to do the thing. So,
Right, right.
mhm.
And then even then, while you're working on your schedule, if you start to get like kind of like writer's block,
Yeah,
and you can't think of anything, break the schedule a little bit and say do something to kind of get your mind off of it, to kind of relax your mind. Sometimes your mind could be going a mile a minute
yeah.
and you just can't get anything out of it, just like writer's block.
If you're still on work time, though, that's still refining time, in my opinion. If you got writer's block, you could
Mm,
just read a book.
true.
You don't have to copy someone. You can take inspiration,
Mm-hmm.
but the easiest way to get out of any creative block is to just look at the type of thing you want to make
Mm-hmm.
and just observe it. You don't even have to take notes.
Mm-hmm.
Just see what other people are doing
True.
and come back to it when you're ready.
True. I've done that
So,
before.
yeah.
And I was just doing that yesterday, trying to find something having to do with like a was that a launch page?
Yeah.
Is that the first page that you come to, that you see first picture,
A
something like that?
landing page.
Landing page,
Yeah.
that's what it is. I did not know what to do for a landing page. So I just looked around and had to get an idea. And like you
Mhm.
said, refine.
Yeah.
You don't copy it, but you just refine it.
Yeah, and look at what they're
Mm-hmm.
doing. Like I said, you don't have to take notes, but if you're looking at a landing page, for example, you could look at the way that they lay it out and say if there's a huge image on the screen, how much of the screen does the image actually take up?
Right.
When you go to a landing page, where does your attention go to first? Or like what fonts are they using?
Mm-hmm.
What type of fonts goes with what type of pictures?
Right.
So there's always something to learn.
Right. Right. And that's a part of the schedule. You're not
Yeah.
really off schedule, just refining.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to take that time too. Don't just wait until you get discouraged.
Right.
So I
Right.
see a lot of people who just put the same thing out every single day and it doesn't make a difference because they're not getting better.
You mean as
They
far
just
as like
like videos, for example,
mm-hmm.
they keep the beginner editing style
Right.
because they upload 4 times a day,
The be-
5 times a day.
you might have to explain the
Like
beginning editor style.
beginner, just like cutting clips together. Like there's nothing visually interesting. Like say if you're doing a vlog channel,
Mm-hmm.
it might just be one video of you recording yourself talking
Right.
with no cuts or anything, which is fine sometimes.
Yeah.
But sometimes you want to make it more visually interesting
Oh.
for the viewer.
I think I've seen stuff like that before. Like you'll see somebody talking and they'll have the video going and you see their face. They're obviously talking to the camera, but then they mention something, then they cut off to that picture of what they're talking about.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
that.
Just stuff like that.
Yeah, I actually like that. That keeps my interest.
Hmm.
Actually, I
Yeah.
like that.
And you don't want to only do it for viewer retention, but do it because it's actually interesting
Right.
to look at.
Right. Yeah, I
So,
actually like that. It keeps me looking at the screen. Only
yeah.
time I don't like that is when I'm doing something in the house and I have my Bluetooth in and I can't see the screen.
Yeah.
So,
And that's
but
why we're
that's
doing this though.
yeah, oh yeah, well, we're doing this because we want you guys to listen. This is more for we want you to hear.
Yeah, this is an audio
We
thing.
want you to hear and absorb what we're saying, not necessarily look at the screen.
Yeah.
Our little flower is cute. Yes, it is. It's a cute little flower, but we want you guys to really listen to what we're saying.
Yeah.
But the other times when they're showing pictures on the screen, that's definitely downtime where you have nothing going on because
Yeah,
you're actually
exactly.
sitting there looking at the screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, with this channel, this is just talk, and we just want you to listen to everything that we're saying.
Yeah.
So you don't have to look at the screen with this. You can tend to anything else you want to
Mm.
and just listen.
Yeah, just listen.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. And we fixed it in such a way where your children could listen to this.
yeah.
We use clean language.
Yeah.
We don't have any, flip flarf. Your
Yeah.
children can listen to it. Young teenagers can listen to. We want people of all ages
Yeah, anyone
to
can listen.
listen. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but other than that,
Oh, one more
yeah.
thing I was gonna say.
Mhm.
What goes along with discipline, and I've said it before, is also just knowing what's good and what's not good
Mhm.
objectively.
Mhm.
So if you're gonna go into something, you have to know what's good and what's not good.
Right.
Like, and that's just part of the refining,
Yeah.
like anything else.
Any examples of that?
Like for example, if
Mhm.
you're a car designer and you're making a car, you're designing a car, you know what kind of car looks bad.
Mhm.
A car that looks bad is something that's like, it's probably chunky and it
Like
looks like a Pontiac Aztec.
or like a gremlin.
Yeah, or like a Gremlin. That's a bad looking car, and no one really likes that car.
Mm-mm.
So you just have to know what's good and what's not good before you go into anything.
Right.
And of course, there's a learning curve. Like what you're gonna put out is not gonna be as good as what you put out in 3 to 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But you at least want to start on the right foot.
Right.
If you're starting off on the wrong foot, it's harder to get better.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very good advice. Very good. I think that's why what I'm working on, I'm kind of, I don't want to fit, you don't want to second guess yourself. And I have a
Yeah.
tendency to do that a lot.
Yeah.
I think something's looking good. And then I've spent so much time on it. And then I'm like, no, that's not really what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm like, dang, I spent like 5 hours on this. And
Mhm.
now I'm just starting it all over again.
Yeah.
So, but I guess sometimes you have to do that to make sure you're putting out what
Sometimes
it
you
really
do,
is.
but
Yeah.
make sure if you're gonna spend 5 hours on something, make sure it's actually bad before you go back and change everything.
Well, actually, come to find out, what I was looking for is not what it should have been.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that was honestly 5 hours wasted. It
Yeah.
really was. And I was
Which
not happy about that.
it happens though when you're doing stuff yourself.
But yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
But I'm glad that I found it, because if I would have put that out, that wouldn't have been good.
Yeah.
You're thinking something is pure and real, and come to
Mhm.
find out it's not. That's not good.
Yeah, exactly. But that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It gets to a point where you can at least get into a flow state when you work, to where everything you do, you're at least satisfied with. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm the best at what I do, but I can actually sit down now for a few hours and do something that looks good to me,
Right.
compared to the stuff that I like to look at,
Mm-hmm.
and not have to scrap anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I have a pretty good grasp on what works and what doesn't.
Right. And see, that's where that scheduling
Yeah.
comes in, and practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Staying on schedule, you notice that your product gets even better because you've
Yeah.
stayed on schedule.
I
And
mean,
you've
even for
continued to
me,
do
it's
it.
been like 7 years,
With graphics?
graphics and music.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I can just sit down now and
Right.
make a song in 5-10 minutes and
Exactly.
be happy with it.
And a lot of it is self-taught,
Yeah.
how to use these machines and different programs.
Yeah.
Anybody can self-teach themselves anything by staying on a schedule and doing, I don't know, half an hour to 45 minutes to an hour a day.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, even just 1 hour, which is like, that's really nothing in the grand
Yeah.
scheme of things.
Yeah. Out of 24 hours.
You take in 1 hour. I
1
mean, it's going
hour,
to take you
yeah.
longer to get better, but it's still going to be consistent.
Yeah. And then it's funny
So
because when people do things like that, they end up knowing more about whatever program or machine it is they use than if they would have been taught by somebody else at a school.
yeah,
Even that person is like, wow, I didn't know you can do that. Well, yeah, I was just clicking buttons,
yeah,
teaching
just
myself, and I found this.
clicking buttons and twisting knobs,
Right, exactly.
just
And then
figuring
you
out what
find
does
out
what.
things that even the people that have these classes that you pay for, they didn't even know it.
Yeah,
You can do that
mhm.
with anything, a language,
Yeah,
an
you
hour
can.
a day, anything.
Yeah, and then the good thing about learning something yourself is that you can use those same techniques to learn other things even faster,
Mm-hmm.
especially if it's in the same bubble, I guess. Like if
Right.
you're learning how to, okay. Um wait, what is that?
I'm just showing something off camera, y'all.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, translating your skills, learn how to translate your skills if you're going to learn something. It's a lot easier. Like if you learn one language, it's definitely easier to learn a second one. If you
Right.
if you remember how you learned the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
mhm.
Right. And this is all staying on the topic of scheduling.
Yeah.
You can schedule something during your day to get better at. You can schedule something during your day as far as work. You could schedule something during your day when you want to learn something new, like a program or music or a new language.
Yeah.
It's all about scheduling.
Mhm.
And everything could happen, everything, there's multiple things that can happen at one time. Doesn't all have to be all separate.
Yeah.
You keep a schedule and you'd be surprised how much you can accomplish.
And even me right now, when we finish this episode, I have some things I need to do. And
Mm-hmm.
it's efficient that we're doing this right now because I'm waiting on a render.
Right.
So I have a little bit of downtime
Right.
and you can still be productive.
Yeah, work is still
So
going.
work is still going.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right. Right.
but
So
yeah.
we hope that you guys absorbed everything that we're saying as far as the importance of keeping a structured schedule, know when to have downtime,
Hmm.
know how to have a workspace in your home where you separate your work from your leisure. Um, be disciplined. It's ultimately about discipline.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that discipline is true success.
Yep.
You always hear people say, what is true success?
Yeah.
True success to me, and it's not really veering off, but is scheduling is about discipline. True success to me is not so much about money. It's not so much about fame. It's not so much about popularity. It's more discipline. True success is discipline
Yeah.
because along with discipline will come everything else that you want to happen in life. It's all about discipline.
Yeah. Because you're not working for the end result. You're working because you enjoy the work and the work
Right.
is fulfilling.
Right. And then the end result will
It'll just
it will
show
find its
itself.
way.
Yeah.
Right. It will find its way
So,
because you stayed disciplined,
exactly.
whether that's in your work life or your personal life.
Hmm.
Discipline will bring success in all aspects of your life.
Yeah.
Really, it will.
So
All right, you guys.
I think I said all I had to say
Yeah, me too.
personally. So I think that was pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. So, you guys, if you have any testimonies that you want to give as far as discipline or scheduling, comment below. And until next time, we will talk to you later. Be
Yes.
blessed.
Talk to you later.